Ethiopia's Tigray region is on the brink of a catastrophic return to a war. Just 2 years after a peace deal ended fighting that killed 600,000 people, the region is experiencing its worst violence since the agreement, and this time the social fabric of an entire society is unraveling. Fighting escalated sharply in late January 2026 in areas bordering the Tigray and Amhara regions, marking the most serious resurgence of violence since the 2022 cessation of hostilities agreement. Right now, there are three active war fronts. Tigray forces cross the Tekeze River attacking western territories. In southern Tigray, rival factions engage in daily combat around Chercher and Bala, and across the region, Ethiopian military drones conduct strikes hitting Enticho, Gendebta, Temben, and civilian areas with at least one person confirmed killed and others injured. But the battlefield is only part of the crisis. What's happening to ordinary Tigrayans is really devastating. Ethiopian Airlines suspended all flights to the region 4 days ago. When that happened, panicked residents rushed to the banks to withdraw cash, but within days, banks stopped dispensing money entirely. The Shire Maizabri road has been closed due to active conflict, and other routes are blocked by militias, cutting off communities from each other and the outside world. Prices climb higher every week, sometimes by hundreds or even thousands of birr. Rent has become unaffordable, with the small rooms costing over 5,000 birr in Mekelle. Families can't afford basic necessities. In a region of 6 million people, nearly 5 million need emergency help just to survive. Nearly 800,000 people displaced from the previous war still live in camps, no homes rebuilt, no livelihoods restored. Children who should be in school are in displacement camps. Women who survived sexual violence in the last war now face it again. Hospitals that barely function are now running out of supplies. Clean water systems are really failing. Why is this happening now? Three reasons explain this catastrophe. First, the 2022 peace agreement was never actually implemented. Tigray forces were supposed to disarm within 30 days. That never happened. And contested territories in western Tigray were never resolved. Egyptian troops occupying northern Tigray never left. Second to that is that there is a bitter power struggle within Tigray's leadership between TPLF chairman Debretsion and interim president Getachew Reda. This internal split has weakened any unified response and fractured communities. Third is that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has elections scheduled for June. He appears determined to weaken the TPLF military before those elections and resolve territorial disputes by forces. The Ethiopian government is using a calculated strategy backing rival Tigrayan factions to fight the TPLF in southern Tigray while providing drone support and artillery. It's Tigrayan fighting Tigrayans, allowing the federal government to claim less direct involvement. Meanwhile, drone strikes systematically target supply routes from Eritrea, hitting trucks the government claim carry weapons, though local authorities say they are carrying food and supplies. What makes this particularly tragic is the psychological toll. Tigrayans survived 2 years of genocidal war. They buried family members, endured starvation siege, survived sexual violence as a weapon of war. However, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed is scheduled to address Parliament this week. This tone will determine whether this escalate or de-escalate, but trust is minimal. This is about 6 million people, 80% needing emergency support, watching their society collapse around them. The next 48 hours are critical, but for millions of Tigrayans, the crisis is already here.